back in Busan, South Korea. It feels so good to be back. I mean, I'm literally surrounded by amazing smelling street food. There's K-pop blaring in the background. To get here, we had to do all the normal things that you gotta do when you land in Korea, right? We made it through immigration and then went to the ATMs and pulled out like 100,000 Korean won. Used that money to buy our new T-Money cars, the transit cars you use everywhere throughout the country. Topped it up with like 10K each. Bought our eSIM so that way we would have data on our phones while we're traveling. Here was only like $10. Downloaded the Absolute Crucial Naver and Kakao Maps, and then used those to take the next bus all the way to the train station, grab the next KTX, which is this incredible super fast train that brought us all the way down to Busan. We've got only 3 days here, which is going to be quick, and of course all while trying to stay under a $100 per day budget. Everything here smells so good and I'm so hungry from the train ride. Let's get some food. What did you get?
I have no idea, but I saw people eating this and it looked really good. They're noodles with some veggies and red hot gochujang on it, I think. First meal in Busan. That's tasty. There's so many surprises in this dish. It's hard to unpack it all, but the gochujang is sweet and spicy, and then there's some seaweed and egg, I think tofu in here, and green onion. I missed that flavor. I was wondering why there was a plastic bag like lining the bowl, and I wonder now if it's because it's like a way to hold the trash. Anyone else know?
So excited for this. Fried dough filled with brown sugar syrup almost, with a whole mixture of like nuts and seeds on the inside. It's super sweet. This is one of my favorite foods to have here, and it's so cheap. It was like $1.50 or something.
We've officially left the red, yellow umbrella town and have made it to the red, yellow tent town. Maybe even some blue tents.
Oh yeah. All sorts of fried stuff. Fried dumplings, fried chicken, fried whatever this thing is. Lots of fried stuff. And then the all-important Korean salt. It's basically MSG. It's really, really good MSG. Everything. Yes, please. Just cover it. And we know we heard you guys on the last video that like the fried chicken here is maybe not as good as like the dedicated fried chicken places, and don't worry, we're going to try one of those before we leave Busan. We just love this stuff so much.
I've been dreaming about the food in Korea, specifically here in Busan, for a really long time now. And I think the fun part about it is actually the ordering process. I mean, we walked by the tent, the auntie here just welcomed us in. She like waved us in, and I pointed, and she grabbed them, chopped them up with scissors, and threw them in a vat of oil, and here we are. I think this is fried gimbap. I'm sure it's good.
Perfect. Okay, so that was like $11.50 for all that food. The thing that always blows my mind about coming here is that there's just the street food here every single day. There's always street food, and I love that. Like back in the US, we have these food truck parks, and they're like kind of expensive a lot of the time. Instead of this, where you just have like tents out on the street all day, every day, and you can kind of get whatever you want. There's so many options. I just love it. I just love it, and the food's all really affordable.
Place goes on for days. Again, a market full of so many things that I didn't think I needed until right now. Like, yes, I do want 5,000 colanders. We're going to one of Busan's most iconic places, the Busan Tower. Some of us are taking the escalator, some of us are not.
Okay, so we're in Yeongdo-sen Park, and in here is the absolutely massive Busan Tower that we showed you before. As soon as we came into the park, we just heard that being played, and we're like, whoa, that's awesome. So we went there, and there were people like whipping their heads around and flipping around and like playing the gong and playing whatever that reed instrument is. It's such an iconic sound, just like such a cool experience to see that. We're gonna explore here for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna head off to Gamcheon Cultural Village area. All right, so these little green buses are your gateway to Gamcheon.
감사합니다. 하차입니다.
감사합니다. Okay, so we made it to Gamcheon Cultural Village. This is one of, if not the single biggest tourist attraction, I guess you could call it, in all of Busan. So the history of this place is kind of complicated, right? Like originally, this was an area for some of the poorest workers, refugees that were here as a result of the Korean War, and they all just got kind of jammed into this little valley that this thing sits in, with houses kind of stacked on top of each other all the way up as high as they could possibly go. And then after the Korean War, for like 20 or 30 years, it was just falling apart. In 2009, some artists saw some potential in this place. And they saw, wow, this could actually become like the Santorini of the East with how the houses are stacked. We just need to make it beautiful again, and that's exactly what they did. All these incredible colors of all the different houses, the way they refurbished everything, shows that they accomplished that mission. And just like every other beautiful scenic thing on planet Earth, it eventually becomes just like a massive Instagram hotspot, which is obviously what it is right now. There are people waiting in like a 200-person line back there just to take a picture with the little prince. But still, this thing being eventually turned into this tourist hotspot is what saved it from being destroyed. So yes, it's a bit of a tourist trap, but also, I mean, there's no place like this. Oh, it's so nice.
It's not butter on a stick. It's marshmallow with strawberry ice cream inside, and it's torched. 5,500 won for this. It's got this awesome toasted creme brulee outside, but then you bite in and it's just cold ice cream. I only want ice cream this way. Okay, so we spent about 30 minutes to 45 minutes here just wandering. You can honestly spend about an hour getting lost. There's so many pieces of art if you're looking for it. But to me, the more interesting part is the story behind it.
Korean barbecue, baby! Okay, so this is our favorite KBBQ joint in all of Busan. I think probably in all of South Korea. We love this place. We call it Smiley's. I don't know the actual name of the place. It's here. It smells so good. It's just grilled meat. It's awesome. Let's go.
One and one. One each.
Fresh.
Definitely one of my favorite parts about Korean dining, all the accoutrements.
I feel like in a lot of ways that I've been practicing my whole life to be prepared for Korean barbecue.
We are nearing the end, and I always think there's not going to be enough food, but there's plenty of food.
Oh my god. We do have a mystery that we need help unraveling if anybody out there knows. So as we were sitting in the restaurant, these people came in with like a big brightly colored backpack with different beer color logos on the back of it. It seemed like they were trying to like sell them something or maybe sell them beer. Went around and then they gave us some snacks one time and it seemed like they were affiliated with the beer or soju companies. I'm just not sure how the whole thing works, because you think that like if you're a restaurant owner, you already sell soju, so you don't want another soju company coming in and selling there. We just need help figuring out how that whole system works. I'm endlessly curious about these things.
We're at Jagalchi Market, and this is cool. You can sit and eat right next to the things that were living once in a tank. You can pick your own food and eat it. We're staying in Nampodong in Busan, but we haven't even shown you the port yet. Busan is this amazing, beautiful port city, and I feel like that's what makes it so special. There's so many different sides to Busan. There's the water, there's the fishing, there's the seafood, but then there's the nightlife. But this, I think, is one of the most beautiful parts of Busan for sure.
We're jet lagged, so we got some tea.
We're here in Gamcheon, which is incredibly lively and energetic. We came here for like nightlife, going out, and it did not disappoint. There's so many people out.
Some guy just gave me a flyer for like a cheap bottle at a bar nearby. But what we're really searching for, we haven't found yet, is whatever the Korean equivalent of a dive bar is. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's got to be just like a little rough, a little tough, a little like, I don't know. Is it this? Did we find it?
That place looks super, super cool. Like all the stools and the tables were all made out of wood. It was really cozy and cool in there. They had drinks, but you had to order like a minimum of 15,000 in food, which is just, unfortunately, we just ate.
Ooh, there's an arm wrestling championship going on up here. There's like 200 people watching.
Oh no, hurry, hurry.
Heads up.
Joining the wall.
Your face in the second one. Okay, that was awesome. There's only one more thing left to do. Oh boy.
Oh, what?
So we just paid 15,000 won for this room. It is already trashed by the time you get in here, which is exactly the status that you want your room to be once you get in. We somehow also have it upstairs. That's disgusting, and I'm very excited. Oh, there's a little TV up there too. We got an hour in here. The first 5 minutes are always just trying to figure out how anything works.
Not do anything?
Nope.
What is that?
That is the box that came off the wall. Okay, I think there's a way to change it to English, but I have to find this thing and then the upside down chair.
You think
I
this
gotta look.
one?
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Chinese, Japanese. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah!
Wait.
Ah!
Oh yeah! Nice. Okay, we're in business. Here we go.
I want it that way. Tell me why.
Oh,
Did I do that?
I don't know. Where'd the music go? Oh, did you do that? Wow.
That was awesome. That's it.
The door opens.
soup for reasons entirely unrelated to dive bars late at night. So that's exactly what we're getting. This is pork and rice soup is what's going to be coming in a minute. And of course it comes with all the awesome banchan. I think we just need a little bit of healing, soupy, delicious love.
Just what we needed. We got major grandpa, grandma vibes in there. They were taking care of us so well and pointing to the foods and telling us what went where. So I didn't know this until today, but apparently this pork rice soup came from the era of the Korean War. A lot of the GIs were throwing away, you know, all the pork bones and things that they didn't want to eat, and the Korean people here in Busan took that leftovers and turned it into this incredibly meaty, delicious, hearty soup. It was a food that was created out of necessity at a time when the refugees needed something filling. Turning something that was just like leftovers into something that's incredibly delicious and life-giving today, I feel it, and I feel so appreciative of it today.
Hey, whoa, surprise voiceover Josh here. I just have to tell you the story about our trip to this UN Memorial Cemetery, of which this is the only one in the world, and how I got these shoes there. Most other travel videos would just cut this part because it's serious and it's kind of hard to talk about, but this was just too important to skip. So, the UN Memorial Cemetery was built to memorialize the UN soldiers who fought and died during the Korean War. Most of them were buried in their home countries, but for those that weren't or couldn't, Korea stepped up and gave them a permanent home right here. And I think the story here starts and ends with my shoes, weirdly. As we were walking up to the gates of the memorial, the guard saw my flip-flops from a mile away, and he just said, no, you can't come in. I mean, this place is closed-toe shoes only, which makes a lot of sense, but I just didn't know when I wasn't prepared. So Lisa went in alone. So there I was, just sitting on the outside of this thing, and then just a few minutes later, that same guard came running around the corner holding these white Crocs and saying, here, here, here. This guard, instead of just shooing me away and forgetting about me, actually went back and grabbed his own personal Crocs so that I could go in and see the place. I mean, talk about Korean hospitality. And it wasn't lost on me that now, here I am standing in his shoes, in this place, experiencing Korean hospitality firsthand, in a cemetery built specifically to honor and house the remains of these soldiers, most of which aren't even from this country. This is one of those moments in Korea that I'll never forget. Never been anywhere like that before. I mean, there isn't anywhere else like that on the planet. And I know this is going to be a bit of a jarring transition, but so I apologize for that. But we are going to the 14th annual Bulgogi Beef Festival. I have no idea what to expect. We got a little bit of a train ride to figure that out.
We're pretty far out from where we're staying in Busan. I'm not even sure if we're in Busan. All I know is we're going to a field next to a stream. There may be a rodeo, and it's a Bulgogi festival. Yep. It smells like grilled meat. Vibes of a state fair, but for Bulgogi. There's marks for everything.
7-piece knife set?
get? I don't know, maybe strawberry. It's really good.
메시카게라서 우리 12분 현장 접수 저희가 받았고요. 반갑습니다.
Okay, so now we're in line to get into the big tent. It smells so good in there. And we also Google translated all the prices. Looks like it'll be like $5 to $10 per meat thing you buy. I can't wait to get in there. Okay, so we're in line here, I think, and you just like kind of, I think you pick out the meats from these coolers, and then we're gonna go and grill them in there.
Water? 2? Okay, is that good?
This is the most delicious smelling place I've ever been in my entire life. So we're in a line and they kept saying mix. So we're gonna go here and mix something. And we got soju. It's a great day. Everything's going great. Mix food. That's what we're doing. We're gonna mix food. These ladies are gonna help us mix food. Okay, we have mixed-ode. Now I don't know what we're supposed to do next. Maybe we just wait here and just like follow the next person that leaves this line. Okay, I've acquired significantly more expensive meat that apparently the stuff we bought you're supposed to eat raw. You don't grill at all. So we're gonna do that, but we really wanted to grill, so I got this. Yeah, we're definitely over budget already for today. Ooh. Next step is down here. We have to get fire, some sort of fire source. This feels like Minecraft when we were like acquiring this thing, and then we got to complete the quest to find an open table, and then once we do that, we'll be able to grill.
Table acquired! We bought this thinking that we would grill it, and then I started seeing everybody eat it raw. Apparently you eat it raw. That's good. Tastes like ahi, poke, a little bit sweet and savory. The sesame is really good.
So far so good. Now all we need to do is just get some fire. Wait, I did it wrong. I'm sorry. Okay. Need a little courage. I gotta go get some fire. Here we go.
Bye. 감사합니다.
Okay, so people started to realize that we had no idea what we're doing, and they're like, it's awesome. They're like taking care of us. It's so nice.
Salt.
We got some salt. Hey. We got the banchan here. Bulgogi over here. Okay, on we go.
Give me that banchan, baby.
Oh, Lisa! Oh my God!
I don't know. Sorry. It's so sticky. This is so amazing. I can't believe they have a whole festival set up shop like this for thousands of people just to grill meat. I love it. I think this is ready. Oh, that's good. There's nothing on that. A little overcooked, but that's the chef's fault, right?
That's a chunky boy. Success. Oh, that was good. That was some of the best meat I think I've ever had. That was delicious.
This was so fun. I smell like meat. Woo, getting smoked out.
Oh man, this is super super fun. What an incredible festival this was. If you have a chance to come to this, I think you definitely should. Like, the food was delicious. The vibe here was just so much fun. Everyone was just having a blast. It was just, this is great.
You live there now. Today's day 3 of our trip here in Busan, and honestly, after yesterday's Bulgogi festival, I still smell like meat, even after 2 showers. So we're gonna check out our first Korean spa. I'm not sure what to expect, but our main hope is to scrub away all the meat sweat. Made it to Sentum City Station, and we're heading into Shinsegae, which I think is the world's largest department store. I'm not sure. Here we go.
Wow, it is big. We've been just a little bit over budget for the past 2 days, and the spa land thing, I mean, it's a little bit expensive. I think it's like $15 per person, but I think we'll still be able to make it. $100 per day budget. I'm hopeful. What'd you get?
Some PJs and a towel. This is the map. It's huge.
Pretty chic, huh? This thing?
This is an awesome space. Everything's beautifully decorated. It feels mega fancy, but it was only $15 for each of us to get in. And it's so family friendly. Like, people are hanging out here with their families, taking pictures in the hammocks, and then I love that there's shared space, and then there's the separate baths for when you have to get naked. So I guess for those of you who aren't comfortable getting naked, there is a space for you here.
Okay, we have to try this. Where's your towel? Now we're ready for spotlight.
There you go.
No.
Oh yeah.
Now we're ready for Spotland. They gave us a free drink thing. Might as well use it.
6 smoked boiled egg for 6,000 won. It's like 18 divided by 4. It's like $4.
That was so nice. Feeling so relaxed right now. Gonna head to the relaxation room where apparently have a bunch of massage chairs. Now we're just hanging back in the relaxation room. It's pretty nice. Do you feel relaxed?
So relaxed and clean and meat free.
That was awesome. Their sauna game was off the charts, just incredible. They had less baths than some of the other ones we've been to, but I think that was an awesome experience. I know we're standing right outside of like the literal world's biggest department store, but I have no idea what to say about it. If you like gigantic department stores, you're probably gonna love this place. Yep, that's it. Okay, let's go to the biggest beach in Korea.
Hyundai is this beautiful coastal town, which is technically still in Busan, even though it's an hour by train away from where we're staying, but it feels worlds apart.
place feels very, very right. Something about the wood grain and like the kind of dim lighting reminds me of like a Wisconsin pub a little bit, and that to me makes us feel like home immediately. As soon as we sat down, we were presented with all of the banchan, as is tradition. We just ordered the seasoned and fried chicken dual platter technology. You got the chopsticks. I get it now for sure. So like the blue tent chicken place is great, and it's like, so on a scale from like 1 to 10, 1 being like the worst chicken in the world and then 10 being like the greatest chicken product ever created. Blue tent chicken is somewhere like a 6 out of 10, and this is like an 8 or 9 out of 10. There's something about the freshness of it and the juiciness of it, and just how kind of like light and crispy the batter is on the outside.
이번에 사람들이 계산을 하고 이번으로 달라 그랬어. 우리가 안 줬잖아. 나중에 콜라가 콜라가 계산하고 갔잖아. 네가 닭을 튀겨가지고.
That is good.
저리 안 주대.
I got vegetables too.
Okay, I'm in line. I love this stuff. I can eat this thing every single day. I shouldn't, but I probably will. Oh, sweet fried dough. I mean, how can you go wrong? But as I was standing in line, I was doing some math, and I think either with this or with the chicken that we just had, we are officially over budget, which means we are in budget red alert mode. So I think we could have easily hit $100 per day had we not spent so much at the, what was the name of that festival again? I think that was kind of an unexpected expense, but the rest of this has been going pretty much to plan. For now, we're going to make our way to this beautiful temple all the way on the east coast, just like maybe 20 minutes from here.
So we just got to, I think, Busan's most famous temple. It's off of the water. It's supposed to have an incredible view. When we came here last time, a lot of our Korean viewers said, you have to come back and visit this temple. So we just made it in time. The sun's gonna set in about an hour. I can already see the water and it looks incredibly beautiful. There are a lot of different ways you can get here, including a bus, walking if you're really into that, taxi. We ended up taking the bus. It took a little bit longer than we'd like, maybe half an hour to 45 minutes, but we made it up here and it's really, really pretty. Back down the mountain to the beach just in time for sunset, and the sky is really, really beautiful. You can see the islands from far away. Everyone's just kind of hanging out, so I think we're gonna chill here for a little bit.
Oh man, what a perfect day.
So nice. And it's sunset.
I know that like the pace of today was probably a lot different than, I know it was a lot different than the past 2 days, but I think sometimes we really like to like slow things down, especially on a trip like this. There's tons of stuff to do. We could have stayed here for weeks and we would have never run out of stuff to do, but we decided intentionally today we were going to like spend a little bit more time enjoying the place that we're in right now instead of like doing what we normally do, which is just like frantically running from thing to tourist thing. Days like this, I think, are some of our favorite days while we're traveling.
Yeah. So some of our favorite things that we did, I really, really appreciated our time at the UN Memorial. It was I just didn't know it existed, and it was such an inspirational, encouraging story of unity there, and I would 100% go back, and I want to learn more about the Korean War and everything that happened here in Busan.
And I think the biggest thing that we learned throughout this entire trip was like, we didn't know if that like beef festival thing was going to be cool at all. We had no idea what to expect going into it. We honestly, the morning of, we were like, we shouldn't go. We absolutely shouldn't go. But for me, that ended up being the best thing we did this entire trip. We got to talk to people. We got to like get into like Korean pop music. There was just so many cool things that
Yeah.
happen, and the grilling of the meat, obviously like the best meat maybe I've ever had. It was
And
just
the whole uncertainty and unknown of it is what made it that
Yes.
much more exciting.
unexpected.
And I still
great.
kind of smell the bulgogi.
I would have loved to have more time to do something more naturey, hikey than what we did. I feel like we didn't get to include that a lot in here, and I would have added that in somewhere. I don't know where in this trip, but I think I would have wanted to do something like that. As far as places to stay, I would have stayed in Nampo.
I still love the area.
Yeah, the area is so perfect. Having that like night market square right next to us,
Yeah.
and just being like 10 minutes by subway up to Shomyeon, and like you're really connected, kind of like at both ways to go. Our place to stay was $45 a night. Like there's a lot to like about it.
Pretty great. Budget-wise, there were a couple of days that we were definitely over, like from the Bulgogi festival. I think $100-ish per day was pretty close to what we needed.
I think if there's one thing to take away from this, it's that I would urge you to find whatever your local beef festival is. Whatever that thing is that you look at and you're like, this might be a little bit weird. I don't know what this is, but it could be cool. I don't know. Find that thing and go and do it. Because
or just come to Busan and do
or
it.
just come to Busan and do it. But either way, like, there's probably lots of cool stuff happening right in your backyard all the time. And all you gotta do is just show up and just like try to have fun while you're there, and almost certainly you will.
Trust that the people that are putting it on for good reason. That's it. 3 days in Busan. We'll see you in the next one.